Your favorite play from Shakespeare was Julius Caesar.
Julius Caesar I loved, and I loved, although everybody, or not everybody, but many people scorned that because in school they overdid teaching you what every word meant so you wouldn't miss any of the nuances and so on. And by the time you really understood everything, you were bored with it. They had a program of, you know, the real Shakespeare, and I suppose it was very good, but there should be something about good things that you read that you had a struggle with, and they destroyed that. They told you what everything was. So
What did you think of Hamlet?
Hamlet, well, there was a lot in Hamlet that I thought was just plain idiotic. For example, or not idiotic, um, uh, unreal. For example, in the middle of Hamlet, um, Hamlet sees some motion behind a screen or a drape or something, and he immediately thinks that it's the people who killed his father who are planning more mischief. And he pulls out his gun and he shoots this innocent old man.
His gun?
What?
I think it's a rapier. I think it's a sword.
Oh, not a gun, right? No. A sword, right, a sword. And not knowing who the guy was, because the guy is behind the drape, he pulls it out and he kills him, stabs him, or whatever he does to him. And the guy falls forward, and it's one of the lesser characters in Shakespeare.
Polonius.
Polonius.
Yes.
Yeah. And he looks at him contemptuously, the body, and he says, "A foolish old man," and walks away, having murdered somebody for no reason.
Polonius' speech is always treated as empty advice. And you once said that you didn't agree with that.
As the
Empty advice of a foolish old man.
Yeah,
and I remember you objected to that.
Neither a borrower nor a lender be.
Yes.
That thing. Well, I think almost everybody who read that play, especially a younger person who didn't have much background, read it in the way that Shakespeare meant it to be read. That is, a foolish old man is giving advice. It's not really advice because it's something that everybody knows. Neither a borrower nor a lender be. Your own father could tell you that. He would never tell you to be a borrower or a lender. Everything he said is very useful, and yet Shakespeare is very contemptuous of him because all of this is so well known and any damn fool can say that, and so on. And I suppose there is something to that. But it's never a good idea to throw away conventional good advice.